Gentlemen, let's sit down for a moment. Men and men. There is something that many of us don't really understand. And sometimes it is the one that breaks many relationships without us even realizing it. We grow up in a society where they tell us, if you are a good man, you have to give money. You have to work hard to take care of your wife. You have to be responsible. These are true. But they are not the whole truth, because there is another part that they never teach us. A woman does not live only with money, she lives with love. Yes, gentlemen, you can feed her, you can pay for a house, you can buy clothes, you can do everything materially, but if you don't give her love, she will feel an emptiness inside her. And this emptiness is not easy to fill. Let's imagine a situation. There is a woman who has everything, a big house, a nice car, beautiful clothes. But every night she lies alone emotionally. Her husband is physically there, but he is not there in her heart. He does not talk to her. He does not listen to her. He does not even ask her, "How are you feeling today?" Sir, just because you are there does not mean you are present. There are many men who are in relationships, but they are not connected to their wives. Let me tell you something very important. A woman can endure misery if she feels loved, but she cannot endure emotional coldness even if she has everything. Think about it. There are women who stay with a man who is not rich, but she is happy because she receives love, she receives attention, she feels important. But there are others. They have all the comforts, but they cry silently every night. Sir, when a woman feels unloved, she does not always speak out loud. Sometimes she become quiet, become cold, stop trying, stop laughing the same way. And you may think she's changed, but the truth is, she's tired of feeling alone in the relationship. Let's be honest. As men, we sometimes confuse responsibility with love. We think, I'm doing everything I have to do, so she must be happy. But the question is not what you do. It's how you make her feel. Let me ask you a few questions. When was the last time you hugged your wife for no reason? When was the last time you looked her in the eye and said, I really appreciate you? When was the last time you listened to her without your phone in your hand? If the answers are hard to come by, that means something is missing. Men. A woman doesn't ask you for impossible things. She doesn't need you to be perfect, but she needs. You are present, you are sincere, you give her attention. Because for her, love is not just what you say, it's what you do every day. There's something I want you to understand well. Love is not just big actions, it's small, everyday details. It's how you talk to her, how you respond to her, how you look at her, how you treat her when no one is there. These are the things that build or break a woman inside. And let me tell you an uneasy truth. When a woman doesn't find love at home, she becomes vulnerable. She may not be looking for other men, but she may start to appreciate when someone else listens to her, respects, or gives her attention. And that's how many relationships start to break, not because the woman was mean, but because she was hungry for love. Men, don't let this happen in your home. Don't let your wife live with you, but she feels alone. Don't let her smile in front of people, but she cries inside. If you really love your wife, don't just give her money, but talk to her, laugh with her. Listen to her, touch her with love, make her feel important, because at the end of the day, a woman doesn't remember how much money you spent on her, but she remembers how you made her feel. Men, if you understand this part, you're already halfway to a solid relationship. In the next part, we will talk about communication, because you can love a woman very much, but if you don't know how to talk to her, everything can fall apart. It means she's been fighting in silence for a long time. Men, communication is not an option, it's a necessity. Without it, love can't breathe. Think about it today. Do you really communicate with your wife? Or are we just living together? In the next part, we're going to talk about something else that's very important: respect. Because you can talk to a woman, but if there's no respect, love can't last. Gentlemen, let's go even deeper. There is something stronger than love in a relationship. Yes, you heard that right. It's respect. Because you can love a woman a lot, but if you don't respect her, the relationship will never be strong. Let's ask the question clearly. What does it mean to respect a woman? It's not just not beating her. It's not just not insulting her. Respect is how you treat her every day. It's how you talk to her, how you act with her, how you present her to others. There are many men who say they love their wives, but the way they talk to them don't show it. They talk to them with anger. They minimize what they say. They make them feel unimportant. That's not love. That's disrespect. Men. A woman can endure many things, but she cannot live where she is not respected, because respect is her dignity. Let's talk about something that happens often: public humiliation. Some men like to joke about their wives in front of their friends. They talk badly about them. They make them look like worthless people. They think it's a joke. But in the woman's heart, it hurts her a lot, and she never forgets that. Men, the way you treat your wife in front of others shows the true way you see her. If you don't give her respect in public, don't expect her to feel valued in private. Another important thing: respect is not only when things are good, it's when things are bad that it's even more important. When we are angry, when we disagree, that's when you show your true level. Some men, when they are angry, they lose control. They say whatever they want. They raise their voices. They do things they will regret later. But let me tell you something. The way you behave when you are angry is what defines your character. You may not agree with your wife, but you don't have to degrade her. You can express yourself without hurting her. That's called maturity. Men. Respect is also the way you take her feelings into account. Don't act like what she feels isn't important. Don't say, "It's nothing. You're doing too much. You don't understand." That makes her feel small. Instead, say, "I don't see it the same way, but I understand how you feel." Notice the difference. You don't have to agree, but you respect her feelings. Here's something else that many men don't understand. Respect is not weakness. Some people think, if I'm too nice, she won't respect me. That's not true. Respect doesn't come from strength. It comes from character. A man of value doesn't need to make a fuss to be respected. The way he acts already shows it. Men, a woman needs to feel safe around you, not just physically, but emotionally. This means she can speak without fear. She can express herself without feeling judged. She can make mistakes without fear of humiliation. That's true respect. Let's talk about value. Do you make your wife feel valued? Do you encourage her? Do you compliment her? Do you show her that you are proud of her? Or do you only see what she does wrong? Some men, they never say anything positive to their wives. They never say, "I am proud of you. You did a good job. I appreciate you." But they are always ready to criticize. It breaks a woman slowly. Men, your words have weight. They can lift a woman or break her. And let me tell you a hard truth. If you don't give your wife respect, someone else may. And when she finds respect elsewhere, she may start to change the way she sees you. Don't let that happen. Don't make your wife look for respect outside. Give it to her at home. Respect is not something you give once. It's something you practice every day, in the little things, in your tone, in your actions, in your decisions. Men, when there is respect in a relationship, love grows, communication becomes easier, trust becomes stronger. But when there is no respect, even love cannot sustain the relationship for long. Think about this question. Does the way I treat my wife show that I truly respect her? If the answer is not clear, today is a good day to change that. In the next part, we will talk about the little things that make a big difference, because sometimes it's not the big actions that sustain a relationship. It's the little details every day. Gentlemen, let's talk about something that many people overlook, the little things. Because many men think that it's the big actions that make a woman happy. They think, if I buy a big gift, if I spend a lot, if I do extraordinary things, yes, that's good. But that's not what keeps the relationship going every day. The truth is that it's the little details that build love. It's what you do every day, not just what you do once a month. Let's think together. A woman doesn't wake up every day expecting big gifts, but she wakes up every day needing your attention, love, your presence. Gentlemen, some things are very simple, but they are very valuable. Say good morning to her gently. Ask her how her night went. Look her in the eyes when you talk to her. These seem small, but to her, they are big. There are many men who are in long-term relationships. After a while, they stop trying. They say, she's already with me. She knows I love her. But the issue is not what you know, it's what you show. Love is not something you assume, it's something you demonstrate every day. Men, a woman may forget what you say, but she doesn't forget how you make her feel. If every day she feels you're cold, you're not interested, you don't pay attention, this will accumulate in her heart. But if every day he feels you are sweet, you are present, you give him importance, this will grow his love for you. Let's take some simple examples. Send a message during the day. I'm thinking of you. It's nothing big, but it can change his whole day. Hold his hand when we're out. This shows you are proud of him. You are not afraid to show it. Take time to listen to him even when you are tired. This shows he is important to you, sir. These are things that don't cost money, but they are rich in value. There is another important thing. Surprise. You don't have to wait for a special date. Sometimes a small, unexpected gesture has more impact than a big planned gift. It can be a little message, a little note, a little action that shows you are thinking of her even when she doesn't ask. Men, don't forget to touch. Physical affection is very important, not only in intimate relationships, but in everyday life. Hold her. Give her a hug, touch her gently. It makes her feel protected. She feels loved. There are many men, they only come close when they need something. But for a woman, affection shouldn't only be at that moment. She needs it regularly. Let's talk about appreciation. Do you thank your wife for the little things she does, for the effort she makes every day? There are women who do a lot of things, but no one ever says to them, I appreciate you. This makes them feel invisible. Men, don't just take what he does for you for granted. Show him that you see his effort. Say, I notice what you do. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do for me. This can change the whole relationship. There's another mistake many men make. They get too used to it. They stop doing what they used to do in the beginning. They don't try anymore. But let me tell you this. If you want to keep a woman, you have to keep doing what made her fall in love with you in the first place. Don't stop. Men, relationships don't break down in one day. They break down little by little, when the little things disappear. It's when you don't call anymore, you don't write anymore, you don't touch anymore, you don't hear anymore. It all seems small, but they make a big difference. And just as relationships can break down little by little, it can be built the same way, with small actions every day. Think about this question. What was the last little gesture you did for your wife, without her asking? If you don't remember, today is a good day to start over. Men, don't wait for big occasions to show love. Do it every day, in the little things. Because at the end of the day, it's not the big moments that a woman remembers. It's how you treat her every day. In the next part, we will talk about a very sensitive topic, loyalty and trust. Because without trust, no relationship can last. There are some topics you can't take lightly, and fidelity is one of them. It's not a topic to joke about. It's not a topic to make excuses for. It's a question of principles, of character, of values. You can do everything else right in your relationship. You can give your wife money, talk to her, gently spend time with her, make every effort. But if there is no fidelity, you are building on sand. A little wind, a little problem, and everything can collapse. Let's be clear from the beginning. Fidelity is not just about the body. It's not just about whether you sleep with another woman. Fidelity starts in the mind, in the way you think, in the way you act, in the boundaries you set for yourself. Some men say, "Oh, I never cheated on her." But inside, they are already living another life. They are secretly texting other women. They are looking for attention elsewhere. They are holding conversations they would not want their wives to see. That, too, is a form of betrayal, because fidelity is transparency. Men, trust is the basis of the relationship. That is what makes a woman sleep peacefully. Without asking herself questions, without living in doubt, that is what makes her give herself completely to the relationship. But when trust is broken, everything changes. She doesn't even look at you the same way anymore. She doesn't even believe your words the same way. She doesn't even feel safe the same way. Let me tell you a truth that says, you can ask for forgiveness, you can cry, you can promise, but there are some things you can never take back the way they were. Because when you betray a woman, you don't just make a mistake, you destroy a world she built in her mind around you. She believed in you, she trusted you, she saw you as someone she could rely on, and in a moment, it all falls apart. Gentlemen, there are many men who don't understand the depth of this pain. They think it's just a matter of jealousy. But no, it's a matter of emotional security. A woman who doesn't feel safe with you, she can't give you her full love. She will always hold back a part of herself to protect herself. And when a woman starts to protect herself from you, it means the relationship is already hurt. Let's talk about boundaries. Fidelity requires discipline. You can't say you want a serious relationship, but you don't set boundaries in your life. Limits are, don't give other women emotional access. Don't engage in disrespectful conversations. Don't create situations that can make you weak. Some people say, I have control over myself. But that's not the question. Why are you putting yourself in situations that test that control? A wise man doesn't just avoid mistakes. He avoids situations that can lead him to mistakes. Men, fidelity is a daily decision. You don't make it once. Every day you wake up, you choose to respect your relationship. When no one is watching, when no one knows, that's where your loyalty is tested. Because character is not what you do in front of people. It's what you do when no one is around. Let's talk about reality. There are temptations. There are other women who may seem more beautiful, sweeter, more interesting. That's normal. But the question is, what do you do with that? Because love doesn't mean you won't see other people. Love means you choose the person you have every day, despite all the other options. Men, protect what you have. Don't play with the heart of someone who trusts you. Don't take a woman's love for granted. Because one day, she might get tired. Yes, there are women who forgive. But there is a limit. There is a point where they say, enough. And when they reach that point, they don't make a fuss. They don't make a fuss. They just take their hearts out. And when a woman takes her heart out, even if she stays by your side, you've already lost her. Men, don't wait until you lose what you have to understand its value. Think about these questions. Am I living a life that gives my wife peace, or am I living a life that can make her doubt at any time? Am I proud of the way I behave when she's not around? If you can't answer these questions with certainty, there's something you need to correct. Men, loyalty is not just a proof of love, it's a proof of respect. It's a proof of maturity. It's a proof that you understand the value of what you have. Because at the end of the day, a woman can put up with a lot, but she can't build a life with a man she doesn't trust. In the next part, we'll get into the last thing that completes all of this, understanding and emotion. Because to keep a woman, you have to not only love her, you have to understand her. There is one thing that many men don't learn, and it is what makes many relationships difficult. It is understanding a woman emotionally. Let's be honest, men and women are not the same. We don't feel the same. We don't react the same. We don't express the same. And that doesn't mean one is better than the other. It just means we are different. But the problem is when you don't make an effort to understand these differences. Men, there are many times when your wife will do something, and you don't understand it. You may say, "Why is she doing all this for a small thing? Why is she reacting like this? That doesn't make sense." But the question is not whether it makes sense to you. The question is, have you tried to understand how she feels? Because for a woman, emotions are not a weakness, they are a part of her. She may be sad about something you wouldn't give importance to. She may be angry about something that seems small to you. But for her, it's real. Men, when you minimize her emotions, you're not just ignoring a feeling, you're ignoring her. Don't say, "You're too sensitive." It's nothing. You're doing too much. These words make her shut down. Instead, try to understand. Say, "I don't feel the same way, but I want to understand you." See the difference. You don't have to agree, but you show respect and understanding. Men, a woman doesn't need you to understand everything, but she needs to feel that you're trying. That's love. There's another important thing. Patience. There are times when she won't be at her best. She might be angry, she might be sad, she might be emotionally exhausted. In those moments, she doesn't need a judge. She needs a partner. Don't respond with anger for anger. Don't make the situation worse. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is to stay calm. Listen, give her space to express herself. Men, strength isn't always about speaking out loud. Strength is sometimes about controlling yourself. Let's talk about support. Do you support your wife emotionally? When she has problems, when she is under pressure, when she feels bad, can she count on you? Or does she feel alone even when you are around? A woman who feels supported, she becomes stronger, she becomes calmer, she becomes closer to you. But a woman who feels alone, she becomes closed, she becomes cold, she becomes distant. Men, understanding is something that builds connection. It makes a woman feel, this person really knows me, this person really sees me. And when a woman feels that, she opens her heart even more. There is another thing I want you to remember. You don't have to fix all her emotions. Yes, sometimes you don't need solutions. You don't need answers. You just need presence. Sometimes a woman doesn't need you to talk. She needs you to be there. Hold her, listen to her, stay by her. That's enough. Men, this requires maturity. Because it's easy to respond with anger. It's easy to shut down. But it's harder to listen, be patient, understand. But that's what makes the difference. Think about this question. Does my wife feel like I understand her? Or does she feel like I'm always against her? The answer to this question can change your relationship. Men, at the end of the day, taking care of a woman is not just about money, not just about words. It's about love, communication, respect, small daily actions, fidelity, and understanding. When you put all of these things together, you don't just have a relationship, you have a strong relationship. And remember this well, A woman who feels loved, respected, listened, understood is not easy to lose. But a woman who doesn't feel that, she can leave, even if she's still there physically. Men, don't wait too long. Start today. Let's take a last moment to think together. Because everything we say in this video, it's not just words, it's principles of life. You've heard about love communication, respect small daily actions, fidelity, understanding. But the question now is not what you hear. It's what you're going to do with it. Sir, relationships don't change with words. Relationships change with actions. You can watch this video. You can agree with all of this. But if you don't put anything into practice, nothing will change. It's not tomorrow. It's not later. It starts today. Today, you can decide to talk better to your wife. Listen to her more, respect her more. Give her more attention, protect your relationship, try to understand her. You don't have to do everything at once, but start. Because every little change has an impact. Men, there's something I want you to remember for the rest of your life. A woman doesn't stay because you're strong. She stays because she feels safe in your love. There's something many men don't realize. Love is not something you say once and expect it to stay the same forever. Love is something you have to maintain every single day. It's not enough to say, "I love you" in the beginning, and then slowly stop showing it. Because over time, words lose value and actions don't support them. A woman listens to what you say, but she believes what you do. And the truth is, you can tell a woman you love her every day, but if your actions don't reflect it, she will feel the absence of it. She will feel it in the silence. She will feel it in the distance. She will feel it in the way you treat her differently over time. And slowly, without even realizing it, she starts to disconnect, not because she wants to, but because she's protecting herself. Men, a woman doesn't wake up one day and decide to stop caring. It happens gradually. It happens after being ignored too many times, being unheard too many times, being disrespected too many times, feeling alone too many times. Each moment seems small, but together, they become heavy. And one day, she stops asking. She stops explaining. She stops trying. And that right there is one of the most dangerous moments in a relationship. Because when a woman stops trying, it doesn't mean she doesn't care anymore. It means she's tired. Tired of giving and not receiving. Tired of loving and not feeling loved back. Tired of being present with someone who feels distant. And when that exhaustion takes over, the connection starts to fade. Men, don't wait until she becomes silent to start listening. Don't wait until she pulls away to start chasing. Don't wait until she leaves to start changing. Because by then, it might already be too late. You have to understand something very important. Consistency is what keeps love alive. Not big gestures once in a while, but small efforts every day. It's how you greet her in the morning. It's how you check on her during the day. It's how you respond when she talks to you. It's the tone of your voice. It's your patience. It's your presence. Those are the things she remembers. Not just what you gave her, but how you made her feel while giving it. Men, being a good partner is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Intentional with your words, intentional with your actions, intentional with your time. Because time is one of the most valuable things you can give someone. If you're always busy for her, but available for everything else, she will notice. If you have energy for the world, but none left for her, she will feel it. And eventually, she will stop expecting anything from you. And when expectations die, emotions follow. Men, pay attention to the small changes. When she talks less, when she laughs less, when she stops sharing things with you. Don't ignore that. Don't assume everything is fine. That's not peace, that's distance. And distance, if ignored, turns into disconnection. You still have time before it gets to that point. Be present, not just physically, but emotionally. Put your phone down when she's talking. Look at her, listen to her, feel what she's saying. Because being heard is one of the deepest forms of love. Men, you don't lose a woman in one day. You lose her in moments you thought didn't matter. Moments where you didn't listen, moments where you didn't care, moments where you chose something else over her. And those moments add up. But the same way a relationship can break slowly, it can also be rebuilt slowly. With effort, with patience, with consistency. Start with small things. Be more attentive, be more present, be more aware. Show her that she matters, not just in words, but in your actions. Because at the end of the day, a woman doesn't need perfection. She needs effort. She needs honesty. She needs to feel like she's not alone in a relationship that's supposed to be shared. Men, if you have her, take care of her. Not out of fear of losing her, but out of understanding her value. Because once she's gone, it's not just her presence you lose. It's the love she gave you, the care she showed you, the connection you had, and those things are not easy to replace. So don't wait for regret to teach you what appreciation should have taught you earlier. Start now. Be better now. Love better now. Because the best relationships are not built on chance. They are built on choices. And today, you have a choice. Love doesn't die in a day. It doesn't break in a single mistake. It breaks in the little things. Little negligence, little silence, little lack of attention. And just as it can break little by little, it can grow just the same. In a little message, in a little gesture. And showing it is not something you do once. It's something you choose every single day. On the good days, and especially on the hard days. Because anyone can love when things are easy. Anyone can be kind when everything is going well. But real love, real character, shows up when things are not perfect. When you're tired, when you're stressed, when you don't feel like trying. That's when your effort matters the most. Men. Love is not about convenience. It's about commitment. It's about choosing the same person over and over again, even when life gets complicated. Even when emotions change, even when things are not as exciting as before, even when routine settles in, you still choose them. Because love is not just a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to stay present, a decision to stay respectful, a decision to stay loyal, a decision to keep trying. And the truth is, the strongest relationships are not the ones without problems. They are the ones where two people keep choosing each other despite the problems. Men, don't underestimate the power of consistency. It's not what you do once in a while, it's what you do repeatedly. That's what builds trust, that's what builds safety, that's what builds connection. So be consistent, not perfect. Consistent. Because perfection doesn't exist, but effort does. Awareness does. Growth does. And if you keep growing, if you keep learning, if you keep becoming better, your relationship will grow with you. Men, one day, you will look at your life and realize that the most important things were never material. It was the person who stood by you, the person who believed in you, the person who loved you through everything. Don't lose that person because you didn't value them enough. Protect what you have while you still have it. Because love like that is rare. And once it's gone, it's not easily replaced. So start today, not tomorrow, not when it's too late. Today. better, love better, do better. And you won't just keep a relationship. You'll build something real, something strong, something that lasts. Thank you again for being here. And if this message reached you, carry it with you. Live it and pass it on. Because sometimes the right words at the right moment can change everything. And sometimes change doesn't start with something big. It starts with awareness. That moment where you stop and really look at yourself. The way you speak, the way you react, the way you treat the person who loves you. Because growth begins when you become honest with yourself. Men, ask yourself this: am I the kind of man that I would want my daughter to be with? Take a moment with that. Because it's easy to expect love, but it's harder to become someone who deserves it. And that's where real work begins. Not changing for a moment, but evolving as a man. Becoming more patient, more present, more understanding, more intentional. Not because someone forced you to, but because you chose to. Because you understand that love is something you protect. Men, your presence matters. Not just being there physically, but being there emotionally. A woman can feel when you're distant, even if you're sitting right next to her. And a woman can feel when you're present, even without words. That's the power of energy. That's the power of attention. So give her that, your attention, your presence, your focus. Because in a world full of distractions, attention has become rare. And what is rare becomes valuable. Men, never get too comfortable. Not in a way where you stop trying, not in a way where you stop appreciating, not in a way where you stop showing love. Because comfort without effort turns into neglect. And neglect slowly destroys what love built. So stay aware, stay intentional, stay present. Even when you've been together for years, even when things feel stable, even when you think, she already knows I love her. Don't assume, show it. Again and again. Because love is not proven once, it is proven daily. Men, the little things matter more than you think. The tone in your voice, the patience in your reactions, the respect in your words. Those are the details that define how someone feels with you. And feelings are what make people stay or leave. So don't ignore them, don't dismiss them, don't take them lightly. Because at the end of it all, what people remember is not what you had. It's how you made them feel. Men, be a man who brings peace, not confusion. Be a man who brings stability, not stress. Be a man who brings clarity, not doubt. Because when a woman finds peace with you, gentlemen, at the end of the day, love is not just about what you say. It's about what you do every day. It's about how you treat her. It's about how you make her feel. Don't wait until you lose her to realize her worth. Take care of her while she's there. Because a woman who feels loved will stay. Thanks for watching. And remember, a real man doesn't just talk about love.